Mike Tyndall, naughty old Mike Tyndall, has been filmed online in a club cavorting with a lady. And he said, no, it's all right, we were friends from uni. And then someone remembered that he didn't go to uni. And then he said, oh, it's all right, it was a friend from the wedding. Which is good, because it means if that's what he's doing to wedding guests, at some point in the next couple of weeks, the Queen is going to get it.
Can we get a picture of him?
He looks like a big toe.
I can absolutely see that. Yes, he does.
The only thing they saw him do was he rubbed his face into her breasts. Went like that. If you're a rugby player, that's basically a scrum.
There was no sound on the video, so this is all... That's in your head, you've seen that.
Well, there's got to be some noise. If you've seen his face and her breasts, there's going to be a noise. You put those two together, it's not going to be... It's going to be... at the very least.
I should make it clear, we don't know exactly what happened with Mike Tyndall and this girl.
The main objection I would have had to it was a dwarf throwing event. I mean, surely that's where your moral compass gets a bit screwy. If you're at a dwarf throwing event and there's people chucking dwarves around, I don't know, I wouldn't feel like I really knew what was right or wrong anyway, you know. The dwarves are flying past you, go, I don't know, am I in a real world or not? Is it all right if I rub my face in her breasts? I don't know what's right and what's wrong anymore.
I think the one thing you wouldn't feel is what Tyndall felt, which is horny. I think we were watching a dwarf going, bloody hell, I really fancy that woman.
If the cinematic history of New Zealand has taught us anything, it's that nobody tosses a dwarf.
Well, surprisingly, that's not one of the most talked about things, but this is the story that Mike Tyndall was spotted on CCTV acting inappropriately with a mystery blonde. Tyndall was chatting to the girl at a dwarf-throwing contest. It was entirely innocent. He just wanted her to help him toss off his little fella.
I think everybody's talking about Dale Farm.
Dale Farm, it sounds lovely. Whereabouts is that?
Sounds like a nice little children's programme, doesn't it?
Today on Dale Farm, someone's throwing bricks at the police.
I don't understand. It's one of those things that draws sort of... People sort of step on one side of a line or the other, don't they? Like, if you read the Daily Mail, you want the gypsies to go. I don't think there's any Daily Mail reader in the country who thinks, I think they should be able to stay on that land. And the more Guardian reading side would go, well, you know, there's other circumstances here. The point is that they've built on land, not only that they don't have planning permission for, they don't own. So if they are allowed to stay, you know, I should be allowed to go there and build something that I want to build, like a foghorn factory. This is a crazy dream I've always had. They made an episode of Grand Designs about Dale Farm. I remember the strapline of one episode was, winter's drawing in, and they still haven't got planning permission.
Yes, they built loads of houses without planning permission, and then they built a wall to keep the bailiffs from coming in, which they didn't have planning permission for either.
Yeah.
I love that, though, gypsies versus bailiffs. That's like a Sky TV fight that most people would pay to see. That would be awesome.
And they can fight as well, these travellers. I mean, I fought a few in the day, and they are tough. They love a
So you know that Snatch is a film, not a documentary.
That's the weirdest thing about the whole thing, is those shots of caravans and people have written stuff on them to, you know, sympathy, sort of graffiti on their caravan saying, I'm really ill, please don't chuck me out of my caravan.
Have a look at this. This is my favourite one. Sick person here. That's where the local nonce lives.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, I'm not sure if that's the case.
Well, one of the strangest ones is the girl has had her neck attached to some kind of noose.
Oh,
it
yeah.
says if you open this gate, she will die.
Have a look at this. Have a look. So, danger of death. Behind this gate is a woman attached by her neck. If you attempt to open this gate, you will kill her, so it'll be your fault.
I think that's really ramping up. It's like a new sort of fairground attraction, isn't it? It used to be like just hooking a duck. Open the gate, kill the lady. Maybe I've got the wrong spirit there.
I had a similar incident where I came out of my house and a spider had built a web across my door.
This is not a similar incident. Hello, is that Basildon Council? I have some advice for you. A similar thing.
It's a similar tense. I can't come out because I'll get stuck in the web and die.
How long had you been in your house?
Baffles me that people are always surprised. So there's the gypsy community very angry. But they live in caravans. Like, I'd be a bit testy if I had to listen to my nan having a dump while I was having toast.
I think we have to go for the boxing picture.
OK, all right. What do British people prefer, ballet or boxing?
I think boxing.
Yeah.
You think?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Who knew Emil was going to go boxing?
You know what? you get a lot of women now who like boxing. When I fight, 65% of my tickets are bought by women. And I don't know if that's because of boxing or because of me, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's definitely the boxing.
Women never... You never think about women going to a boxing fight. It's like women going to a football match. I mean, you get a lot going, but 65%.
I've got another shot for you. They're in the pubs now.
Where's it going to end, Sean? They're going to be driving.
I went to the bloody laundrette the other day. There's a man doing the service washes. The world's gone mental. What I want to know about this question is, when you say ballet or boxing, is it to watch or to take part?
Oh, to watch.
I like boxing. I like watching boxing. I think they should make it a bit more entertaining, though, by having car horns in the gloves.
Amir, I've got a boxing question for you.
Go on,
OK,
mate.
youngest ever Olympic medal winner, I believe.
Yep.
You got silver.
Yep.
Silver in boxing, that is second. There's only 2 of you in there. Just saying. Just saying.
Imagine if he'd come third.
Yeah, that went to the ref.
28 of us in the whole competition in that one division.
Yeah.
I was the youngest. I mean, all the rest were like 30.
It was amazing to watch. It was amazing. I don't see why you can't still be in the Olympics, because the tennis players are in it.
Exactly. It's the only sport, I think, which don't let professionals get involved in the Olympic Games. Imagine they did, it would be so competitive, it would be brilliant.
So once you've gone professional, you can't go back to being unprofessional?
No, amateur.
Amateur.
Yeah,
Amateur.
Professional. I'm not sloppy. They don't just turn up with one glove. So professional. He's wearing skis, for Christ's sake. It's a boxing match.
Johnstein, what do you think people have been talking about this week?
The most interesting one is John Travolta.
John Travolta.
You know, he gets a bit naked, asks for some favours.
This is the story that 2 people are suing him, claiming that he made inappropriate advances whilst having a massage. David, you must have met him. You're a Hollywood star. Come on, you must hang out together.
What is this show about? I thought it was an animal show. I'm just wondering. It's 8 out of 10 cats.
Yeah, they bring him on in the interval. They sit down there.
If you've worked on Britain's Got Talent, I guess you've got used to not taking the title of a show too literally.
It's been alleged that Travolta propositioned the man for sex. Well, that's not quite how he put it. He actually said, "Will you touch my rama-lama-lama, ka-diggity-ding-da-dong," before suggesting they move to the bedroom for some shoo-bop, shoo-waddy-waddy, ippity-boom-de-boom. Yeah. OK, Sean, what do you think the nation will be talking about this week?
Britain's Got Talent. You did it over here, didn't you?
I did it over here.
Britain's Got Talent's mainly made here, Sean.
What's the American one called?
America's Got Talent.
I knew it!
Yeah.
But you were great on the show.
Yeah, oh, thanks. I had a hard time understanding everyone, but I got to tour the country and,
Well, you ended up going out with a lovely Welsh girl as well, yeah?
Yeah, my girlfriend is from Gleneath, and the weather is weather's tough over there. The weather's tough everywhere. You have 2 winters over here. I mean, you have 2 summers. It's like you have winter and July.
Yeah, that's why the buttons on our shirt go all the way up to the top.
I met Pudsey this week, and I thought I was a dog fan, but to be fair, never met one with more money than me.
I was watching that and I thought I'd be a lot more impressed if he was a Labrador and she was blind. And the routine, the dance routine, was actually worked out by the dog. She's just going, what are we doing now?
£500,000, is that right?
Yeah.
I know. It's
Amazing.
It's a lot of money.
How much does the lady get?
All of it.
Ashley.
It's a dog. She's going to go, one for me, one for you. One for me, one for you. And I go, he's not looking, he's over there. Chucks a stick away and goes...
Well, there's a new talent show in town, Jimmy, and it's called The Voice. And maybe you're not watching The Voice. Will, I am.
John Richardson, everyone. Yeah.
You know when sometimes you're watching a TV talent show, it's basically karaoke on TV, and you think, this needs chairs that spin round.
It seems to be such a big selling point, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Chairs spin round, it's a big deal.
It's quite exciting at first.
I don't think it's part of the format. I think it was in Tom's contract, because his hips are so bad he can't turn round anymore. It took so long, they put the chairs in. After the show, they put wheels and handles on it and take him home.
Is the show better if I did... Oh, I heard you, and then I didn't know what you looked like, and then I turned round.
It should be allowed, though, once they've turned round and seen the people, to go, keep going.
If they can turn back
again, go, we must be joking.
I don't know, I mean, Tom Jones is like, he's sort of quite an icon and stuff, and he's had hits for 40 years, but Danny is in the script.
I reckon the first time the viewing public saw Danny, Wikipedia must have crashed. Who's he?
Literally, I couldn't pick him out of a lineup. He could be in our front row now, I would not know.
You wouldn't know, he wouldn't be facing you.
Sam, you are not the voice. That's okay. You are the moves, you are the quiff, you are the fashion. You can come on the ass. That's a show I'm developing. No. It's a new show I'm developing, The Ass.
The Ass.
And the judges are Kim Kardashian and J-Lo and Nicki Minaj and Beyonce. And they look at an ass. And then based on that ass, they decide whether they want to hear your talent. And if you don't have one, you're on Kim Kardashian's team. You can come on the ass and you can come on the ass. No, I can't guarantee you'll get in, but you can...
The Voice aims to take total nobodies and make them household names, like Danny from The Script. If you're honest, did you know who Danny was?
Yes, I did.
What's your favourite Script song?
I went to Euro Disney when I was a young teenager and got groped by Pluto. Sort of put me off it, really. Had my photo taken with him in his big dog hand. Gave me a squeeze on my prepubescent buns. He probably doesn't work there anymore. He's probably moved on. He's probably a priest now or something.
I've never thought there might be a sinister reason why Mickey Mouse wears those white gloves before now.
No Prince, Pluto! Do you think Minnie and Mickey are like children, or do you think they're grown-up mice?
Grown-up.
I think they're grown up. I think they're grown up in my head. They're grown up.
Are they a couple or are they brother and sister?
Oh, Jesus.
I think mice.
They've both got the same surname.
I think.
Look, I know exactly what's going on because I've got the 2-year-old. Mickey and Minnie dating. Donald and Daisy dating. Goofy, a dog, dating Clarabelle, a cow, who has a pet dog. And Pluto's also a pet who, like, doesn't make any decisions or choices. Something's wrong in the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, I'll tell you that right now.
That was such a good explanation.
Me and my friend at uni took a girl on a first date to see Freddy versus Jason. And then on the way home, he bought her... Well, he didn't actually buy her. They went to KFC, but he wouldn't even treat her to the bucket.
He wouldn't even treat her to the bucket?
The KFC.
Is that...
She had to split the bucket.
He split the bucket? He didn't see a movie and then he split the bucket. Well, that sounds like...
That makes sense.
That's the rudest thing I've ever said.
Piranha 3 Double D is a sequel, isn't it? There's a Piranha film.
Yes.
Did you see that before you did 3DD?
Of course he didn't.
Part of it.
Hand on heart, have you seen Piranha 3DD?
Well, yes, I did. Yeah, I did go to the restroom at the pivotal moment of the film, and I missed that.
Oh. Is it when all the credits come up?
Yeah. No, it has something to do with a piranha and a guy, and well, you can say most anything you want on these TV shows. So if I say Willie.
Well, steady on, David, steady on. There's kids still watching this.
You're saying the F word every 5 seconds.
Are you making a reference to Mr. Tinkle?
Mr. Tinkle getting his anatomy chopped off in 3D by a piranha while in the moment.
Yeah. In the moment? I can't believe you said Willie on the show.
Don't you have people... I mean, do you not have the name Willie over here? Is there a Willie in the audience?
Oh, no! Jason, your team to go first. Oh. Jamelia, Charlie, what have the nation been talking about?
It's got to be snow, hasn't it?
It's absolutely got to be.
And what's funny is it's become a national story now. It's hit London. But we've had it for ages in the northwest. We've had it since about 1984.
Luckily, you don't go on about it.
You're enjoying it right now. You're at a stage where you're like, oh, look at it, it's all white, so we can build snowmen, and don't our gardens look like everyone else? Hell is coming, London. Hell is coming. You know what I'm saying? In Manchester, there's people, like, looting B&Q for sleighs and wellies. Like, rock salt has got a bigger street value than crack cocaine. It's not...
Charlie, how are things in the square? How's Doc coping?
Yeah, I think she's all right. I don't know.
Because it's icy outside the Vic, isn't it?
Yeah. No, they're getting on all right, I think.
Of course they are. They recorded it months ago, so
yeah, exactly.
it's not snowing there, it's fine.
But no, they're doing stuff at the moment, which will come out in about 8 weeks, so that'll look a bit weird.
That's a shame, because everything else in EastEnders is so realistic.
I've still yet to see snow. I've got no heating in my house, though.
No heating in your house?
No heating in my house.
You can't work the buttons, can you?
I basically...
You just press everything.
You know there's
lights coming on.
How do you know that?
Shutters in the garage go...
And so I've got no heating in my house. So my kids are sleeping. We're all sleeping in the same bed, and I've put the kids in tights. And they wear tights, right? And one of them's only little.
OK, good.
Listen to that, listen to Claudia. That is as irrelevant as most of the news coverage. If you watch the news, the coverage of the news is just ridiculous. People go, and we're going live to a gritting depot in Cheshire. There's a woman standing there going, yes, I'm outside the Cheshire gritting depot, and there's a lot of grit moving out. They're doing it all night, getting the grit on the road, so... back over to you in the studio. It's some snow, that's it.
You do watch it and think travel chaos, yeah? Why'd you bother going there, then?
Yes.
If there's such travel chaos, how have you got the film crews everywhere in the country? This is the worst affected area. We've just arrived with a camera.
Have you been out and done a snowman? Have you done the snowman, Sean?
I haven't done a snowman, no.
What are you suggesting?
You won't touch a snowman.
What do I do a snowman for? What sort of dirty bastard? Even if I wanted to, I don't think I could.
You've got kids, Jamelia. Were they off school?
My kids don't go to school.
Your kids don't go to school? No, it's for the best.
I homeschool them.
Sorry, good.
Do you homeschool?
Not really.
I homeschool them.
Well, good luck, Jamelia's kids. So all the best with that.
What do you mean?
You homeschool them?
What do you wear?
No, I know.
What do you wear? Yeah, that was my first thought. What do you wear, Jamelia? A saucy school teacher's outfit?
I know how I'll come across on these panel shows, right? But I am actually intelligent. I wouldn't do something like that, you know.
Are they not sick of you, though? Like, after spending all day with you and then they get home,
Number one, we don't spend all day doing schooling because, like, children don't need the whole time. And we don't stay in the house either. Like, you know, sometimes we go to Tesco's.
Oh, where are we going tomorrow on our field trip? Mummy's getting the bikini waxed. Good luck, kids. Shall we have a look and see whether the weather is one of the most talked about things this week? I have a feeling it might be. Of course. Our next round is called Pick of the Polls. Sean, Claudia and Shappy, your turn first.
Oh, yeah.
What do you like the look of?
Oh, the magician's hat.
You've chosen the magician. Here's a clip to illustrate the question.
As a professional magician for the past 16 years, I've seen firsthand the powerful effect that magic can have on the opposite sex. On this video, you'll see as we took a group of non-magicians, taught them the tricks, and let them loose. So let's watch now and see as they flirt with magic.
Excuse me, I was wondering if you happen to have lost this pen.
No, it's not mine.
Are you sure?
The thing.
This pen right here?
No.
Yeah, how about meeting me back here at 11 o'clock for a drink or so?
No, no. How do I know you're not some sort of a weirdo?
I'm not a weirdo.
That's the cigarette. Because all I need you to do is blow on the cigarette when I count to 3. Watch. 1, 2, 3, blow. Look, gone.
Oh my God. So what else can you make disappear?
Flirting with magic there. OK, here's your related question. 67% of people believe in magic. True or false?
What?
Like wizards, like Harry Potter wizards.
Like wizards, Harry Potter, that sort of thing, Jesus, that sort of caper.
I think that there is magical things going on.
What sort of magical things?
Not telling you.
Oh, come on.
Well, I believe that the sky isn't the sky.
What do you think it is?
It's something else.
Really?
Unless the 67% of the people were children, that's impossible. Like, everybody knows. Disappearing is like an illusion. Card tricks is, card
But
trick.
some people do genuinely believe that David Bale...
That's
Find me one
rubbish.
person over the age of 5.5 who believes in
What about Darren Brown? Because he always says at the beginning, this isn't magic, and then he does loads of things that you're like, that was magic.
I think it was magic that he you know, the lottery numbers.
Yeah,
he picked the lottery numbers after they'd been announced. I thought that was amazing. That
pretty-
convinced people that was a trick.
The other thing with Darren Brown is that it's not just that he can do these things, it's that everybody in here, if you met Darren Brown and he started talking to you, you'd be thinking, what's he doing to me mind? Like, it's almost more important sometimes. If I was Darren Brown and everyone thought I could do anything, if I saw someone asleep on the train, say, I'd have a little wander over, right? I'd pull my pants down, right? I'd give him a little nudge, I'd go, thanks for that, mate, and then walk off, and he'd be...
OK, 67% of people believe in magic. True or false? What are you going to go with?
It's true.
True, yes.
OK, you're going to go true. You're going to go...
I reckon it's true.
Are 67% of people asked mental?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we should go against them at least.
Do you think?
Let's
Time?
go false. Sorry, Bradley. I mean, just... I couldn't do that.
Sorry, Bradley.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sure. Do you know that, like, the whole time I've been saying, don't call him Bradley, don't call him Bradley, the whole time. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
OK, we'll go with false then. I don't even know what's happening.
Well, I can tell you that the answer is false.
Ooh, well played.
Dr. Murray is accused of being responsible for Michael Jackson's death, which is odd, really, considering that Michael Jackson, apparently, in his house, he had 4 gallons of anaesthetic just stored in his house of serious, you know, like medical anaesthetic, which is probably enough to put Louis Spence to sleep.
That's a lot. That's a lot. They're just trying to work out whether he killed him. And I was thinking, I can't think of a time in the last few years when Michael Jackson was alive and people went, oh, it's Michael Jackson, he looks well.
Yeah. To be fair, though, he hasn't looked himself since 1984.
How do you tell a man he's ill when you go, you're right, Michael, you're looking a bit pale? He goes, thank you.
Well, I was thinking, before he died, his whole life must have flashed before his eyes. And his last thoughts must be, who's that little black kid singing my song?
The doctor was getting paid £100 a week, though, wasn't he? And I was thinking, Michael Jackson's a weirdo, isn't he? Right? So if Michael Jackson was paying me £100 a week, I'd inject him with Haribo if he asked me to. Yes.
But if he's getting that much, if he was getting that much, surely there'd be an incentive to keep him alive.
Yeah.
Well, he does go on a bit, though, doesn't he?
People suspect foul play. The family suspect foul play, and it just, you know...
Well, there was a delay, wasn't there, in resuscitation, giving him the kiss of life, because it took them ages to find an 8-year-old paramedic.
I love it. I suppose that's it, because you have to hold the nose while you breathe into the mouth, don't you? So that, obviously you don't want... Right, okay, well... Easy. Let's have a look and see whether the trial of Michael Jackson's doctor is one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, the long-awaited trial of Michael Jackson's doctor started this week. Make no mistake, Jackson's name is going to be dragged through the mud at this trial, but when all is said and done, Michael Jackson will remain my absolute favourite self-mutilating, mentally unstable, virtually bankrupt, suspected paedophile junkie of all time. What about the footballer, Tevez?
I really don't know anything about football, but I think
You don't need to say that twice.
He's really expensive, and he refused to go on some big match. And there was some sort of row, and you saw him being like, well, I'm not going on. Which I kind of liked, the kind of thought of like an obnoxious... Because I love an obnoxious pop star. You know, like...
It's the sort of thing Axl Rose would do.
Yeah, I love that, like, not going on yet.
Axl Rose shouldn't have to go on because he's not a footballer, so...
It's a good point, well made, Sarah. I can't argue with that.
You're on £200,000 a week, and your boss says, you won't do half hour for us, would you?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't really go, no, I don't want to today. I'm not really asking. Can you go and definitely do... I don't see why he's still here. He's been in the country 4 years, and he wants to leave. That's his big thing. He didn't want to play because I don't want to be in the country. I want to go home. I can't speak any English. He's been here 4 years. The only words he's got to learn is, like, kick, goal. Like, the Spanish for goal is goal. The Spanish for football is football. Like, it's not like we're asking him to learn Sanskrit.
He also said it was a miscommunication, didn't he? He said it... Because what he actually said was, OK, boss, where do you want to play? But because of his accent, it came out like, I fucking hate Man City. You can piss off, shove out your arse, you piece of shit. But it's an accent thing. It's just a dialect.
Well, because he's from the Catalan region.
What he actually said was, "Ke?"
Do we know why he didn't go up? Like, why he just refused? Was it just... Had he just realised that football's a bit shit? Okay, thanks, love.
Just one, like, fucking yes! Finally, someone said it!
If you look at Tevez, though, he's a very unfortunate-looking chap, isn't he? He does. He looks like Shrek's ugly mate, doesn't he?
I refute that. Let's have a look. He's a great-looking guy. In fairness to him, that was a very sunny day. His flash is still strong. I like it. Still strong.
Just as well he didn't go on, to be honest, because in that picture I can see he's already broken pretty much the rule of football. This is good, you see? I scored a goal!
He's attention seeking, isn't he? Let's face it, if you're gonna go to a football match and sit on the subs bench, you're probably going to go on, let's face it, you've got to do that. And then he just says no. He's obviously an attention seeker.
You think he's an attention seeker?
Yeah.
He's obviously an attention seeker. It's the most attention-seeking sort of thing I've ever bloody seen. That, my friend, is how you get attention. That's the best way to spot a liar.
Big wooden nose.
Are his pants on fire?
So his pants are not on fire. He does not have a big wooden nose. What is the best way to spot a liar?
I could always tell if someone's lying if they go, right, Joe, you look well.
don't know about looking well. You look like everyone from Guess Who.
Is there an actual truth serum, or is that like a Harry Potter thing? In all honesty, is that? Can you actually like? Is there a serum? Like, is it?
Yeah,
like,
it's called Bacardi.
not even.
What's that, Lambrini?
That's gone up in price recently.
What's gone up in price?
It used to be 89p, and I think it's about £2.30 now.
Most people know the price of milk.
Is it if they give you flowers afterwards?
She was just a girl from the office.
I think if you go to a pub 2 days running and the same man is sat in the same chair at the bar, he's definitely full of shit. Any man who ever tells you had trials for, insert name of football club, every man over 50 has had trials at a football club, and it's as if in the 50s they all just went, let's try everyone. Get everyone in, someone will be brilliant.
It's more about how they tell their story.
They go like that and go, well, the other day, we went to the moon.
Like a weird
loony, they go.
Yeah, like a voodoo priest. That's how they tell.
It's like a funeral in New Orleans.
I'll tell you a story.
I think eye contact could be the answer, Jimmy.
There's no way.
Is it when people give too much detail?
It's not too much detail. I'll tell you the answer. The best way to spot a liar is that they keep changing their story. We've all told lies. I was drunk, he was drunk, we were just having a laugh, I never touched it. It was his idea, I fell on it. I just wanted to know what it tasted like. Nothing happened. I don't even know him. Stop going on about it. John's team.
Well, I guess we have someone with us who was at probably the most famous sporting event and probably the most famous sporting day of last year.
Did you get tickets?
It's their Olympics and the legacy and all that. But London's Twitter account still has 1.5 million followers. I just think tidy your account up. They haven't tweeted for a year. It's time to stop now. But the Olympics was fantastic and you've done very well.
But for you, it's been spoiled by their inability to tidy up their digital messaging.
It was a fantastic event. I think Britain gave a fantastic job. Not only the team, I mean, all the people behind. I mean, I think everything was absolutely perfect. So, well done, Britain.
Well, well done us.
Yes.
Well done, Britain. How far did you actually jump in the final?
8 metres 31.
I genuinely don't know how far that is. If you paced out, how far would it be across?
Well, if you do 8 long paces, then like a foot.
8 long paces?
Yeah.
All right.
You've got to do it right, though, so it's
hang on, 8 long paces. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck off. No way did you... You did 8.
Well, you're probably being a bit generous.
Oh, we've got a tape measure. Throw us a tape measure. Hang on, so I'll hold this.
It's not long enough.
8 metres.
Exactly.
All right, well, we'll do 8 metres and then we'll see. OK, so I'll hold that.
I've got something that's half a metre long. Got me low. I carry around a ruler with me.
OK, so that's 8 metres, and then you went a bit further.
Like, so, yeah, about here, where I'm standing.
That is mental. I'm gonna have a dart. Well, you had a running start, yeah?
Yeah, you can do it standing if you want.
All right, I'm gonna do a standing start.
Gives it. That's at least a start.
I haven't done any training. You've been at this for 8 years, so...
that's true. That is
I reckon with the right funding.
That
is pretty impressive, though, isn't it?
Thank you.
That's pretty impressive. Come on, let's one more. Gold medal. Was it amazing being part of Super Saturday?
Yes, it was pretty special. I mean, it goes down as Mo, Jess, and that random ginger guy who turned up as well on the day.
But your life will be different after tonight.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't know what Nancy's got planned for you. Sounds like the ginger kid's getting laid.
It is amazing meeting you, Greg. You know, but it does sort of remind me how shit my year was last year. Like, you won a gold medal and I had my bird table stolen. Completely different years.
Is that on Super Saturday?
Actually, I did have a good Saturday that Saturday because I had spaghetti bolognese for a tea, so... I'm with you, buddy.
Both winners.
Like, the way Mo did the... Did you think of doing anything?
I did kind of consider it, because obviously the Mobot is massive, but then
I
I
hate
just
it, I
would
think it's rubbish.
I'd be ripping it off and then people hate me.
I know he's a really nice guy, everyone really likes him, but it's shit, isn't it?
It is. You know the M from YMCA, why didn't he just do the M from...
It was the M.
But that's not the M.
Yeah, that is the M from YMCA. That is... What did you thought the M was that?
Yeah, but he's from down under, isn't he?
Yeah. OK, let's have a look and see if the Olympics are up there. Of course, the #1 thing, the Olympics. Jess Ennis was at the peak of physical fitness in the heptathlon. Watching her, I couldn't help feeling ashamed of myself because I could see what I was doing reflected in the telly. Sean's team. What do you think the nation enjoyed over the last year in the sporting world?
Well, I would say Andy Murray would be one, wouldn't it? Winning the US Open, the first title he's won, and he won an Olympic medal, didn't he?
He's bloody good. Are you a big fan of Andy Murray?
Yeah, I think he's done a good job for tennis and everything else. Relatively nice guy, so...
Relatively nice guy, wow. Wow. All right, get a room, Jesus. He's a relatively nice guy. He's done a good job for tennis.
Well, his problem is he had to eradicate his personality, because when he started, like, you can see on court, he's clearly got a lot of passion and things, but when he started, he would mess about in interviews and do jokes, and he's got loads of abuse for it. So now he just deliberately tries to be as tedious as he can. His interviews now, after, like, the most incredible tennis game, go, yeah, it was quite awkward because I hit the ball, but he moved when I'd hit it. So I had to hit the ball to the other side, but he moved again, so I kept... Then I tried to go down the middle, but he was there as well. It was absolutely...
He lost 2 toenails, but they didn't say which 2 it was, because it's only your big toe and your little toe that have names.
This is 100% true. Andy Murray, during the final with the US Open, he lost 2 toenails, turned black and fell off during the game. But, sorry, so we don't know which 2 because they've...
Because it's only your big toe and your little toe have names. And big toe's the only toe that actually does anything. All the rest of the toes are just hanging around with him. Like, if you move your toes up and down.
OK, all right, yeah, I'm doing it.
I know, everybody's doing it.
I'm doing my big toe now.
But the big toe's the only one that actually goes up and down. All the rest of them are just going, what's going on? My little toe's in a real bad way. It's rolled right over.
But you don't get this on the commentary, do you? You never get a commentator going, and I imagine Andy Murray's toes are going black.
Do you play tennis at all, Joe?
No. I'm a bit annoyed, though, because my application to be a ball boy got turned down again. I don't know why I bother.
That wasn't by Wimbledon authorities, it was actually by the local police.
You could just pick the balls up and just press them against your beard. Carry them in your beard. That'd look a lot better.
See, I could do it.
Do you watch tennis? You a fan of Andy Murray?
Yes. No, I'm a fan of Roger Federer. I do like Andy Murray, but I have a crush on Roger.
You've got a crush on Roger Federer?
Yes.
Well, if you would like, you know, someone that looks a little bit like his special needs younger brother...
I know. Well, that's what I said.
Look no further, my friend.
You look like Federer if he stood in front of that ball cannon. Just went...
What are you saying?
You look puffed up.
Yeah, no, you come second. Well...
not often.
You do.
You just said.
Well, I can tell you, Andy Murray is not in our top 3, but I don't mean to take anything away from Andy Murray, but let's put this into perspective. Andy Murray has won 1 Grand Slam, which means he's won just 1 more Grand Slam than me. Most macho profession, what do you think, Rick? You used to be a male model. That's pretty macho.
Well, I mean, I'd say no.
What's the weirdest thing you had to dress up as, being a male model? You were kind of a fashion model.
It's not really something I had to dress up as. I had to model crotch-enhancing jeans.
And may I say, I'm glad you kept it.
And I didn't have them on the shoot, so in the end I wore my jeans, and then a gentleman stuffed a sock that he sort of moulded into a large kind of sausage that snaked down my leg. And then my mum and dad saw it in a magazine.
What were they doing reading that kind of magazine? Worst thing about going to a pop concert?
The music.
No, the worst thing for me about pop concerts is the miming.
Yeah, because you want to see a show. You don't want to see people going...
Get on with it! Bloody sing! Have you been to any pop concerts, Craig?
I have. I went to Whitney Houston's pop concert.
Not the recent one?
No, darling, the one that was in Africa, her first visit there, and there was a disaster. Because she'd lost her voice.
She'd lost her voice?
Yeah.
What, was it British Airways flying her over there with her?
My friend invited me to a gig at Wembley. I said, yeah, oh, it sounds a bit like it'd be loud and there'll be a lot of people there. But I'll go with it. And he said, there's a slight chance you'll get hit with a pint of piss. And I said, I'm not going. And
what was the gig?
It was Oasis. And he said, sometimes, because it's a lot of people there, so you wee into a glass. Already I'm losing it. But then instead of popping it neatly by the side, he said, they have a wee and then they just, boom. Sometimes you get hit with a pint of piss, but it's very unlikely. I need it to be 0 chance of getting hit. And then people start singing. I don't want you to do it, dickhead. I paid 60 quid to come to your house, did I, and hear you sing Michael Bolton, but I just get terrified of losing my friends. It's so big, the gigs, you know. I'm going to get back out there, I'm never going to find him. And then I wouldn't have come on my own, but now I'm on my... Proclaimers were good. I enjoyed the Proclaimers. They did an indoor venue with seats, so there's no standing up, but they did new stuff. I've come to watch the Proclaimers to see your new ever, lads. Do the two.
Someone needs to have a word with pop bands about the new stuff.
That is the worst thing when they say, and here's one of our new songs. You can hear the whole room go,
I hate going to pop concerts because of the toilet situation for the women, because I'm not a big advocate of pissing in cups. So I have to queue for the loos, and I used to, like, sort of push in and say, like, oh, I'm pregnant. But I don't want to push in anymore, because I heard a story about a girl who pushed in and got into a portaloo, and then the crowd kind of turned feral, and they pushed the portaloo over with her in it. And I don't know if that's an urban legend, but I don't want to risk it.
That makes me proud to be British. You know the Tory party conference when they talk about the British spirit and what it is to be British and coming together as a community? That is the example they should have used. She pushed in the queue, did she? Well, she could be covered in poo. Good on them.
I tell you what I always find weird at when you go to see a band these days is they have that gap, don't they, between the stage and the audience. And they have those stewards there, these massive, great big blokes in polo shirts, and they're not seeing the band. They're staring at the audience. And the idea of trying to have a good time with this 18-stone Glaswegian just staring at you. And he's obviously got a court appearance on Monday. If you're trying to have fun, if you're in your living room trying to have fun and there's just a big bloke staring at you going, you're having fun, are you, son? They're all from Glasgow, aren't they, those fellas?
Yeah, and they're always lifting people out as well. I always think that's... Is there someone in from Glasgow now? Hello? OK, well, there's an AA meeting just up the road. What else is the worst thing about going to a pop concert?
The crowds, darling, the crowds.
It's to do with the crowds. It's a very specific thing about...
When there's a very tall person standing in front of you.
That is exactly the right answer. Yes, the worst thing about going to a pop concert is standing behind a tall person, especially if you've gone to see Jedward, because if you're standing behind someone really tall, they could block your shot, and you have to kill them both. All right, so next one. Top thing travellers miss when abroad.
Is it all the dead celebrities? Well, you go away and you don't know who's died. And 2 years later, you're in the pub having a chat, and you go, yeah, anyway, so-and-so, they go, who's dead? And you go, when? Turns out, when you were on holiday.
It's sneaky, isn't it? Yeah.
That annoys the out of me.
You're from Australia, aren't you? Technically, you're abroad now.
Well, I've been living here for 22 years, so... And I have become a British citizen.
Well, I need to see your papers and we can move on.
Papers! Where are your papers? Glenn Goodman, I bet he's not much to see your papers, doesn't he? He's still in the Home Guard. I imagine in between takes he shows you his ration book. Oh, there you go. I'll get you sugar, nylons, anything you want.
What do you miss when you go away, Anna?
I I think I misunderstood the question because I was thinking of travellers. I was going to say caravans and evading planning commission.
The top thing they miss isn't Dale Farm.
No.
You probably missed the imperial measurement system. You're probably flummoxed by where's the nearest village? 17 3/4 fathoms. We have kilometres, and it's really easy.
Yeah, you've also got euros. Good luck with that. Just saying.
It's worse than a recession. I've lived through several recessi, and this is worse than those. Thanks for bringing it up.
Is this the worst one, you think?
I don't know. I'm sure it was worse during the potato famine. But in my lifetime, it's not great.
I don't know what the modern equivalent would be of a potato famine in Ireland. It would be if Abracababra shut down.
It is a kebab joint where I was in it recently, and a homeless man was thrown out, and he just stuck his head. It's sort of a spinning mystery meat type establishment, and the homeless man, a minute later, just stuck his head around the door and went, and then just landed this perfect gob onto the thing as it spun. And the guy walks over with the big knife. He's like, oh God, and he just picks the sort of spot, like the 2-inch spot where it landed. Like, there we go. Now, what would everyone like? Taken care of.
It's about the comfort of home.
Your own bed?
That's the right answer. Yes, the top thing travellers miss when abroad is their own bed. I hate the way hotel beds can magically turn what was clearly a beautiful, exotic woman the night before into an unshaven Oriental man in the morning. Johnstein, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
The Facebook man who floated Facebook on the stock exchange for, I think it was 6 gajillion bazillions. Speaking from experience, I'm an internet entrepreneur myself, so...
Tell me more, David.
Did you ever hear of Google? Originally, it was a smaller operation. Originally, it was just me, and you faxed me the question. A couple of days later, and you'd be like, God, that's quick. Then I had to do so much research, I developed an eye condition, and that's where we get the term googly eyes from.
Oh, he got married, didn't he?
Yes.
Zuckerberg got married.
You got married, Claude. Did you watch this?
Yeah, of course. And I was looking forward to seeing The Ring. You know, like before they ask you to marry them, you lie. You know, you pretend all kinds of stuff.
So you tell lies before you get married?
Well, I did.
What lies did you tell?
I said that I like Bob Dylan. I said I like dogging. I said I didn't want kids. Boom. Never play that shit music. I'm not going to the A40, and I'm pregnant. So she's done all this lying, you know, because they live very modestly. He's the richest man in the world. She's like, no, baby, I don't want anything. And he asks her, and he's given her a chip. Like, he's given her... If I pulled it out of a cracker, I'd go and fight with the people. And, like, at what point does she go, that old me? Kidding. Go to Graf, get me something that would make Liz Taylor wake up. Go get me something.
I like the fact that Sean's got Nick on his team and John's got David. It looks like we're filling a quota of homeless men.
Oh, let's just check the Channel 4 lady ratings when this show goes out. Having me and Helm on the same show, it's like, don't cross the streams. Ah! This is the sexiest thing that's ever been on TV.
Oh, David O'Doherty does not own a mirror. He has also never spoken to a lady.
I'm incredible at ladies. I'd just like to make that clear.
You're incredible at ladies.
If you say so, yes, I am.
There's never been a better time, if you want to support Greece, is to get pissed on an ouzo. Just go, I'll support a Greek economy.
Ouzo, it's the last thing at a party. You know you've had a good party if you get down to the ouzo.
Yeah. Well, ouzo, you notice they never advertise it. Because the only way you could advertise it would be a man wiping his arse with his own pants.
Ouzo.
Tonight's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
though, genuinely, if you put it in an eye drop and put it on your own eyes...
Oh, Johnny!
It's like having X-ray specs for about 10 seconds and then it starts to really burn. You have 10 seconds of going...
That is a man that spent some time with alcohol. When I first met you, you were drinking, I think it was Baileys and Cointreau in pints.
Yeah, that was like a Gaviscon.
What else have the nation been talking about this week?
It's the Euro 2012, Jimmy.
Right, and they're in Poland and the Ukraine.
Yes.
I know there's been controversy about those places not being great to visit.
They're despicable places, and everyone's known it for a long time, racism-wise in football. And sometimes you write jokes, and sometimes they're written for you. And England are the 4th favourites to win the tournament. There's really nothing else to say about that. I don't think we're 4th favourites to get out of our group, to be honest.
Chris, what do you think? We're going to win
it. We are going to win it. I do not understand this pessimism. You've got to be optimistic. You've got to really start to believe that we can actually win it.
There's a difference, though, between optimism and delusion.
Injuries have dogged the England squad. Gary Cahill has a bad jaw, Frank Lampard has damaged his hamstring, and John Terry has something seriously wrong with his personality. John, what else do you think made the list?
Mayor shit.
Mayor shit.
Yeah.
Mayor shit, yeah.
That's happening.
For real.
Here's all the Boris and Ken stuff and who's going to win. I think if anyone should win, it's probably better to be Boris, because at least he could give a good speech at the Olympics, rather than Ken. He always sounds like he's just about to embark upon a lecture about, like, interesting developments in drainage or something. He hasn't got the majesty to hold it, unlike Boris, I think.
Yeah, but we're looking for a mayor, not a town crier.
They already had a fight, didn't they? They had a fight in a lift.
Yes.
Boris pinned Ken up against a wall and called him an effing liar.
Yeah. 3 times.
Thrice. Thrice. And then Brian Paddock was in there and he said, oh, I nearly arrested you. And the Green Party lady, she couldn't say anything because she should have been using the stairs.
A 19-year-old from Chorley has had the face of Boris tattooed on his leg. It was all a misunderstanding. He asked for an anchor. Do you want to have a look at this tattoo? It's a genuine thing. He's had a tattoo of Boris. Have a look.
That's great. What a good tattoo, though. What a good piece of artwork that is.
Always seeing the positive. That's what we like about you.
It is.
Yeah, nice to know what
I'd
you
like
can...
to have Sean Locke tattooed on my back, because he's my favourite comedian.
He's your favourite comedian?
Sorry. Yeah, at the moment.
Really? A picture of Sean Locke on your back?
Yeah,
That'd be slightly off-putting for me later.
Yeah.
HMV have gone into liquidation. They've suddenly realised that people aren't buying videos and DVDs and CDs off them anymore, and that there's this thing called the internet where they are doing it. And so, and then they looked around and think, hey, hang on, we've got huge stores all over the world, and we aren't making any money, so let's close them all and not do it anymore because we're losing a lot of money. That's my analysis of it.
My husband loves a bargain bucket. Do you know how many copies we've got of The Grinch? He comes home, he goes, Claude, look what I found.
Another cheap bucket.
Another bucket. I've got to get
The fear is just that there'll be no shops left. You know, in a few years, there'll just be, you know, those ones that just, they're called like Value Bastard, and they just sell 20 cigarette lighters taped to a bottle of bleach from Ukraine. You know, one of those ones.
Okay, so are you going to miss it, David? I mean...
I don't really have any nostalgia for it.
But it's a record store, basically, and it's not in the high street anymore. They're going to have a lot more chairs in the top shop change. You know that place outside where the sad boyfriends sit? Outside the changing rooms. They've got, like, 4 seats, and you sit there going... They're going to have to expand that massively, because normally you would just go, I'm just going to pop to HMV for half an hour and waste some time and buy some stuff we're never going to watch.
I go to Top Man without a girlfriend. Nobody knows. I just sit there all day. She'll never find the one she wants, lads, eh? Oh! let's all go for a beer while she's in there, let's all.
It's top shop that the girls go to. You're going to Top Man, you've said that.
Still works, doesn't it, Top Man? It's got, oh, she's in there, and they're all like, oh, tell me about her.
She's in there? Trying on a suit.
Oh.
She tells me she's a woman.
I haven't checked.
Bernard told me she's a woman.
Trying to find something that does make her Adam's apple look big.
Let me tell you, I saw her going in, and you've got the Top Man. Well done.
She really struggles to find shoes.
I can't walk into... What was the other one? Top Girl.
Top Shop.
Top Shop. I can't walk into Top Shop without a girlfriend. I look like a bloody pervert, wouldn't I?
And now you had a DVD out at Christmas, right?
Thanks, mate.
Did you go?
Still available in the shops, half price now.
Did you go? Is that? Do you think that's what?
Do you think I killed HMV?
Well, I'm just. John, Tess, Stephen, what do you think people have been talking about this week?
What about old Chris Hoon?
Oh, yes.
Go on, so explain the story, John. What's the full story?
Well, 10 years ago, Chris Hoon was doing 69 in a 50, and he had 9 points. He didn't want to lose his licence, so allegedly he bullied his wife into taking the points. Then he left his wife for a woman who genuinely used to do the PR for Top of the Pops. Now, she has had a career, hasn't she? PR for Top of the Pops, Chris Hoon, and I wouldn't be surprised if she turned out to be your accountant. She has had a bad...
He's a div, though, because, you know, I mean, a whole political career down the toilet for 3 points is one thing, but he's besmirched the good name of politicians. Very, very rarely are in the news for the wrong... Occasionally you'll get the... Jeffrey Archer, I remember, you know, he was supposed to have shagged prostitutes and he lied in court. But apart from... Well, Jonathan Aitken, he lied in court today. But apart from those two... Well, you had Neil Hamilton getting brown envelopes full of cash from Mohammed Al-Fayed. But apart... Well, you also had Jackie Smith and her husband putting porn movies on expenses. So, and the bloke who put his duck house on expenses. And John Major, when he did his Back to Basics thing, he was nobbing Edwina Curry. And we had cash for questions, cash for honours, cash for influence, arms to Iraq. But apart from those scandals, politicians have had a very, very good name in this country.
Sean Steen, what are the weird, strange things that people are interested in?
Oh.
What do you think?
UFOs. UFOs.
Yes. I think he's saying UFOs.
UFO. Here we go, straight away.
You believe in UFOs, don't you?
Yeah, I do, yeah, I've seen them.
You've seen them? What did you see when you saw them?
Well, I see a UFO, didn't I? I don't know what it was, but it was flying about. It wasn't a helicopter, it wasn't a plane, it was a UFO.
Could have been a kite?
Might have been a kite. I think it's ridiculous to think we're the only things out there, and it's depressing if we are, no? Do you know what I mean? We're the most intelligent things out there.
Well, not you
Not
specifically.
me, specifically.
We walked into that.
If aliens do land, I'd quite like to be the person that greets them off the spaceship.
I think... the chances of you being elected to that post...
Well, I'd actually make a very good ambassador for the planet, actually, Jimmy.
What would you say when you met the
Well,
alien?
for a start, I'm polite. I know. I'd lay on a buffet. And my mum's got a car, so if they need driving about, happy to do it.
You do have the look of someone who's been abducted. They usually...
Yeah.
They go for your type.
No one believes us.
Well, that's the thing I was thinking, is if you had been abducted, you can't prove it, can you?
No, I can't.
You can only say you've been abducted.
Danny, you went to America and you properly went in and saw footage of these...
I went and see a geezer called Stan Romanek.
Right.
Who's been abducted since he was a kid. I sound like such a prick talking about this now.
No, it's interesting, it's interesting stuff.
Listen,
So-
and he's been abducted since he was a kid, and he showed me some mad shit, right?
What did he show you? Because I saw the documentary.
He showed me an alien poking his head through a window.
You can't argue with that.
Honestly, I don't know what to say.
Can't. What can you say? You can
It
just
popped
go...
his little nut up over the window. Had a look at him. He screams. He showed me another one. With...
But what was the other one?
The other one was in his kitchen. This one, it's got him. And you see its fingers come around the door frame, right long fingers.
Right.
They could come around, and then it's got a massive nut. This one, it's big, bigger than the other one.
Right. And then what? Did it say anything? Did it have a message?
No, it didn't say just looked at him.
The royal wedding, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God, what a magical day that was. I only just stopped crying. It's just so... She was so beautiful. Was it the dress? When she came out the thing... She's wearing a dress. Oh, no.
It was a lovely day because the M6 was really quiet. I just took advantage of the quiet roads.
Did neither of you watch it?
I watched it, yeah.
Yeah.
In the nude. It's my little protest.
It was one of the most boring things I've ever watched on TV.
Oh, come on.
It was? What do you
Why?
mean? No, come on. My girlfriend made me watch it. The whole family came around and I was bored. Did anybody here seriously watch it? I just don't get it.
I watched it.
Simply don't get it.
We celebrated in quite a big way in my house. We got a McDonald's breakfast. And we watched it in bed. It was pretty good.
You get the McDonald's delivered to your bed? You reached those dizzy heights?
I got a butler. No, my poor, long-suffering girlfriend went to McDonald's and got coffees.
Your girlfriend went to McDonald's?
Yeah. We thought we'd celebrate in style. We thought we'd watch the royal wedding the way it's meant to be enjoyed.
Basically,
At home
she
making...
said, you're watching this with me, and you said, only if you get me McDonald's. Is that
It was one of those things where not only did I hate that it was happening, but I hated that people were enjoying it. And I hated seeing happy people buying crap and thinking... They waved a flag for 2 hours and then they binned it. 140 tons of crap that no one knows where it went. I reckon Nick Griffin just went around in a transit, just grabbing all... He's just at home rubbing Union Jacks on himself now, flossing with bunting like that.
Well, you were romantic, Kate. Did you enjoy it?
Well, I think so. I mean, it was the first time in, 350 years that someone outside royalty or aristocracy had married into our royal family. I think they genuinely
Well, let's face it, the gene pool could use a little chlorine at that stage.
Yeah. But now it's Pippa, really, that the focus is on.
Well, the
tragedy
I don't know
of
if you're aware of this, but Pippa has a bum.
Worse than being outshone by your sister on your wedding day is being outshone by your sister's arse. That's just so much more upsetting. Not the rest of it, just her arse.
But that was the best thing about it. Well, the rest of it was just... Because I don't understand the rest of it. It's better than getting excited about whether he's going to kiss her a second time. Hang on, is he going to kiss her? He's going to go for it. Is he? Are we going to get... The commentator was going, are we going to get 2 kisses? Are we going to get... Of course you were, because the crowd was shouting, kiss her, kiss her. He was just under pressure. Well, he was bullied into it. If they'd been shouting, whip her dress up and show us her chimney, he'd have done it.
Now, Greg, you got married recently, right?
Yeah, my lovely wife, Heidi.
How did you meet your wife?
On Twitter.
Were you following her, or...?
She was following me.
Like a lazy stalker?
Well, you chat to your followers, and then this girl was clever, obviously clever, and she was funny. And I looked at her picture and I thought,
That's beautiful. That's like an opera, that is.
I looked at her.
Help.
Did you sell it to Hello or OK or anything like that?
oh, yeah, hello, yeah, and the honeymoon. As soon as you get hello involved, everyone seems to want to discount your wedding and your honeymoon by a serious percentage, so it seems silly not to.
And if you ever want to remember your wedding, just go to the dentist. Win-win. It's a win-win.
Oh, I've got to get a root canal, but no, what a lovely day we had. Perfect. Kate, did you get married as well recently?
I got married in December.
And now you're knocked up. Oh.
I know. He works fast, yeah.
Does he? Well, never mind. How did you meet?
Well,
I was going off to Iraq, and you have to do a course called a hostile environments course. And generally, you get kidnapped, hood over your head, tied up, beaten up a little bit.
And then he did that to you, and then you went, should we go for a...
And then he took me off into the book. Yeah, no. And then you have to negotiate yourself out of the situation. I'm just digging myself into a really big hole.
You had to negotiate yourself out of the situation?
Yeah.
What did you offer?
Money I've wasted on Jamie's Italians.
OK, let's see if the royal wedding is one of the most talked about things in the last 12 months. Yes, of course. The royal wedding was an amazing moment. If you're wondering how William wooed Kate Middleton, he did have the best chat-up line of all time. Nice face, love. Look better on a stamp. Sarah Ferguson has revealed that Prince Andrew carried a photo of her to the royal wedding, as did all the security men.
Well, we've only got one choice, really, haven't we? I think we'll pick the person that is sat next to me.
Go on, then. We asked the studio audience, would you complain if you were served a terrible meal, yes or no? What do you think this audience said?
I never have.
Hands up who said yes.
No, do not do that. Do not help him.
I did look...
Of course he put his hand up. God love him, he's happy just to be indoors.
I don't believe people say that they would complain. I don't think people do complain over here in Great Britain. I think we're far too polite, especially in restaurants.
You're not.
Well, I'm very polite.
Sorry, have you not seen your show?
I'd like to say, on that show, we only ever critique someone's food, not their personality.
Be better telly, though, if you went, oh, that's amazing, but you're such a dick.
What's the worst thing you've had on MasterChef? What's the worst?
I think we had a fella who happily roasted a quail beautifully, and for reasons best known to himself, stuck it on top of a chocolate cake.
Sorry, can I just... I'm not even looking, but I presume Sarah's mouth is watering. Sarah's going, finally, I can enjoy chicken.
It's like Nando's and Thornton's.
Wow!
Sean, have you ever complained in a restaurant?
I always complain.
But at what point do you complain? Because you can complain and then you worry about what's going to happen to your food when it comes back.
Yeah, you can. I complain, but I never eat what they bring back, unless my complaint is, this hasn't got enough spit in it.
If something's not right, I don't see why. It's a real... That's why service is in this country, and that's why food is in this country.
Ooh.
It's getting better. But generally, if you go to a service station in France or in Italy or Spain, like just so the level of food that everyone can experience, is you can have great food. You go to a service station in this country, the food is virtually... It's like being in a lab or some horrible experiment with sausages and Jif or something. It's just...
I agree with you that food at the basic level, when you really want it, when you're starving, is rubbish. Whose rule is it that we had to put sandwiches in a fridge?
Yes, yeah.
You know, they don't have sandwiches in a fridge in Spain, and they're not all dying of warm sandwich disease.
And more importantly, who's the person, when they're making the sandwiches, pushes all the cheese to the front? And you look at it, it's like, you know, it's like, imagine if you're trying to fall in love in Iran, you've only got the eyes to go on. There's loads of cheese in there, and then you open the sandwich, and there's just like a little cheese hill going down to nothing.
I once bought a baked potato in a big food hall in Australia, and
You travel for lunch, don't you?
I was in Australia and I bought I can't remember where, and I bought a baked potato in one of those polystyrene things. I opened it up, and as I was there was a piece of shelving bracket. L-shaped shelving bracket. I swear to God, in the baked potato, and I took it back to the bloke, and he goes, "Ah, you know, that's nothing to do with me, mate." And I pointed behind him, and there was literally a shelf like that.
Hello and welcome to the 8 out of 10 Cats Sports Special, a show about survey statistics, and this week, sport. Did you know, for example, there are 336 dimples on a regulation golf ball, which is why they're so adorable. The biggest participation sport in the world is fishing. Of course, a lot of the participants are fish, and they're not happy about it. Chinese gymnast Lu Li is the smallest person ever to compete in the Olympic Games. Lu Li was just 4 foot 3 inches tall. Wowee, was the second smallest. And 63% of people think Serena Williams is better looking than Venus. I'm going to be diplomatic and say I think they're both lovely-looking fellas. Your team first.
We won the World Cup. That's got to be it.
Yeah, that's right.
The one thing that we remember was 1966 and the golden-haired boy Bobby Moore lifting that cup.
I like the way that it's lifted alongside 2 world wars. Like it's sort of equal importance.
But it's lucky we won it. Can you imagine that song? Like, 2 world wars and a couple of semi-finals.
England, 1966. So I'm not old enough to remember it. Gabby, what was it like?
What are you messing about?
The ball was heavier then, though, wasn't it? It's light now, the ball. It moves around. You skill to control it. The ball in '66 was like basically kicking a suitcase around. It was. It's really heavy. You probably need a wheelbarrow to get it over the line. So the very fact they got it up the Germans' end was quite an achievement.
Do you rate our chances for 2010 in South Africa?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's a bit of a cliché, but I think this is the best chance we've had. But, of course, that means we won't progress from the group now that I've just said that. But we've got an easy group as well, so...
Wayne Rooney is our biggest hope. He's the best English player, and he's also the only man who can grow a beard that's red when his hair isn't. I think that is just, in its own right, that should give him a medal.
He looks like he could grow it in about 4 minutes.
Oh, definitely.
He just goes, I fancy a beard.
Have we been practising penalties, though? That's the big... You know what I mean? That is hard,
I can't
isn't
believe when they get to the final... I don't know anything about football, but when
Get
they get...
out.
You just watch the final and they go, I don't think they spent enough time practising penalties. Surely that happens in a footballer's life. When they're off the PlayStation for half an hour, they go, we should try and kick it a goal.
Yeah, but you can't replicate. It's the nerves, isn't it? You know, Denise has performed in front of hundreds of thousands of people.
You can replicate it.
You can't replicate
You
the
can
nerves.
replicate. That's nonsense. And they say that. So you can't represent that intense pressure. What you do is you say to an England player, right, you take a penalty. If you miss, we're going to shoot you.
We know the World Cup win 66 is going to be up there somewhere. Let's have a look and see where. Controversially, England winning the World Cup in 1966 only came second in our poll of the most memorable sporting moments. The Queen, of course, was in the crowd to support her countrymen. Sadly, the Germans lost. Sean, Johnny and Gabby, your turn first. What do you like the look of?
Fans.
Fans, please.
The fans,
Fans,
OK.
please.
You've chosen the sports fans. Here's a clip to illustrate the question.
We are the Diamonds. We come from Glasgow. We're here to play football. Out of our way. With the Diamond side, we come from Glasgow town, and when we're hitting the field, we're never messing around. We're gonna move the ball, we're gonna pass and rush, and if you get in the way, you're gonna feel the crush. The truth can hurt, and the truth is mean. We're the baddest team that's ever been seen. We can't be stopped when we start to play. Talk about the Diamonds, what do we say? The Diamonds.
That's the Glasgow Diamonds there. They're the top of the Clydesdale NFL and bottom of the Clydesdale NFL. OK, your related question is, 11% of sports fans would allow their sporting idol to sleep with their partner. True or false?
My sporting idol's a man. I don't want him to sleep with my husband.
Oh, come on, treat yourself. Who's your sporting idol?
You know, a lot of couples do this. You know, you have kind of fantasy shags where if you meet them, if you both
Ooh.
meet them, they're
Yeah,
like
I
so
get it.
far out there that you go, yeah, you're allowed to. So Kenny's was Cameron Diaz, and mine was this New Zealand rugby player. So anyway, I check into this hotel in Melbourne. In
You mean you went for one that's
2003.
actually feasible? I like it. It is a very much a possible shag.
And I got in there and I rang Kenny. I said, "You'll never guess who's in the lift with me. It's Dougie Howlett, the New Zealand rugby player." He put the phone down.
I've got an agreement with my girlfriend. If I ever get to sleep with Kylie Minogue, she can fuck off. 11% of sports fans would allow their sporting idol to sleep with their partner. Who's your sporting idol?
Bob Nudd. I'd let Bob Nudd. I'd let Bob Nudd, the angler.
You'd let your wife
I'd let him sleep with my wife. I don't think he'd bother her for long. I think he'd go in there. He'd start talking about different flies and casting angles, and she'd fall asleep. He'd probably have a fiddle and then go, actually, tide's in. I'll get some good, I'll get some roach on that estuary.
I love this mime. He'd have a fiddle. Denise, what do you think? Who's your sporting idol?
I do like Tiger Woods, or used to.
Tiger Woods probably would. He's not fussy. Tiger Woods, I believe, has a blanket policy, every hole's a goal. He'd you out. 11% of sports fans would allow their sporting idol to sleep with their partner. You're going to go...
I think it's false, because I think it's going to be higher.
I think it's a lie.
Yeah.
OK, what are you going to go for?
True, then.
You're going to go true?
Yeah, we'll go true.
OK. I can tell you it's true. 11% of sports fans would allow their sporting idol to sleep with their partner. I must say, if I had to pick a sporting idol, it would probably be Desert Orchid. My wife is in for a treat. Jason's team, you're to choose. What do you want to go for?
Well, we've got to.
We've got to. We've got to.
We'll go for the Olympics.
You're going to Olympics. OK, you've gone for the Olympic rings. Here's your question. What did the nation prefer, the Olympics or the World Cup? It's a good question, isn't it?
The thing with the Olympics, like the World Cup, you go, well, I like football. I like football. And it's, you know, if you like football, then you like the whole of the World Cup, don't you? With the Olympics, you only like certain things. Like, there's some stuff in... I like that, you know, rhythmic gymnastics. No offence, Gabby, right? I know you did it for a little time, right? But that one, I'm telling you, that is just a bloke who's got a bit of toilet tissue stuck to his hand, that is.
The other thing that gets me about the Olympics is that they give away a bronze medal for third. Like, there's gold, yeah? Valuable.
Oh, yeah, gold, yeah,
gold,
lovely.
Valuable. Silver, valuable. Bronze, if you had some lying around the house, a thief wouldn't even bother nicking it.
Have you got any bronze?
I have. No. Someone comes just going to go, we got that bronze medalist coming in today. No one cares. You may as well, if you're going to give them a bronze medal, you may as well let them hold a toaster. When they have the Olympics over in the East End, yeah? When they have the van load of medals being shipped over, believe me, they're not going to have to protect the bronze medals from the local hoodies. Worthless. Worthless.
You've obviously not seen any of those cash for bronze adverts on the telly.
OK, what are you going to go for? What do the nation prefer, the Olympics or the World Cup? Sean?
World Cup.
OK, you're going World Cup. What are you going to go for?
No, I think we've got to go for Olympics. Let's just go for it. Because even if it's wrong, it's right. Yeah. But it will be wrong.
I can tell you that 57% of the nation prefer the Olympics to the World Cup.
I hope you enjoyed those clips. If you want to watch full episodes of 8 out of 10 Cats, then you can on my YouTube channel. Just, you know, search for it on YouTube and you'll find it, because it's there.